you leave and fly out?
Driving tomorrow. I have meetings and stuff most of the day tomorrow. My
Oh,
flight's like stupid early on Wednesday, so I gotta be there 3 hours in advance. So I gotta be at the airport at
3 in the morning.
in the morning. But I booked 2 or 3 meetings tomorrow that I could get out of the way, which is nice. And a couple phone ones during the drive, which is nice.
Please.
I've been back and forth 5 times this month. But I was in Barrie on Saturday. It's the time of year. It's not fun.
You say go.
We ready?
I don't know, we're ready, so.
Oh, well, I'm waiting on,
Nope,
okay, well, it's 6:58.
okay, good, still have some time.
7 o'clock
Yeah.
somewhere.
And getting ready for the paper.
Let's roll. Might as well.
Is it 7:58?
Sure. 6:58,
6:58?
7:58, I'm late for my next thing.
Oh,
I guess it's just you and I tonight.
Yeah.
yes. So you can
Do all the heavy
take
lifting.
turns.
All right, guys, moved by Dan and second by Lise that the Recreation and Fitness Committee be open at
It's gotta be 7.
7. All in favor? Carried. And moved by Lee, second by Dan, that the minutes of the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting held 3rd, 2023 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. All right, any disclosure of pecuniary interests? None. Any presentations from the public?
Lisa Groves is here to speak about movie night.
Okay.
Okay.
All set.
So I think last year's movie night was such a huge success that we would be foolish not to go ahead with it again. I had lots of positive comments and it seemed like all the kids and adults alike were having fun. So I did it for the same weekend as we did last year. So if we were making it an annual thing and people are having it in their schedule of when they're going and doing things and such, like they'll know which weekend it is on an annual basis, which is August 17th, I believe it is. And I am going to have a few other outdoor type games this year, some cornhole and some different things for the kids and adults if they wish. So once again, it's going to be at dusk so that we can see the screen. I can't put an absolute time on that because I think it was 9-ish that we started last year, but that's, you know, we just keep trying to shoot on the screen, and when you can see it, then we let it roll. The one thing that I do would like some input on is the movies, because you deal with kids a lot and you know what's cool. I don't know what's cool.
So
My daughter tells me that all the time.
So if we give you a couple of choices, then you can see what we
Yeah.
what
that
we
would
can
be
get.
good. Yeah.
Or is there a list that, is there like a list?
Well, we can't play anything that's actually in the theater at present. There is it's called SOCAN.
Oh,
You'll have
so-
to pay fees and things. And if you're playing something that's in a theater, then you have to pay
Right,
theater prices. So
but anything else you can get?
that's right.
Oh, okay.
So if we come up with a couple of names that people may think, we may get suggestions from the public, and then we'll shoot them off to Lisa and see what's, you have young kids. Do you have any
They're Marvel fans, so am I.
We got time, so let's, let's bounce it around and see, there could be something that, oh, that's the thing, we could have an idea, and that's good. But I think the same format as last year, I think worked well.
Have the canteen open again?
Yeah, and we'll have the popcorn and nachos and all that kind of stuff, so.
And basically the same setup, like we can sit there and then the
Yeah.
vehicles at the back. Like
Yeah,
you
in the
did, that
fenced area, I'd like to keep it to chairs and things. I don't like to have too many. I know a lot of people sat in the backs of the pickup trucks last year, which I thought was fantastic. And did their own little tailgating evening and perfect. I think that's great. But the little ones, when they're, on the little cars and things inside, I'd rather not have vehicles.
No,
in there.
No. Did we do a fundraiser with it last year, like a food bank, or is that something the committee would like to, or
We
you,
did,
or
I don't think we did anything.
it was just a movie night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay,
kind of a trial by ear. We were
Yeah.
like, we
Yeah.
didn't
the
know whether
first.
we'd have 10 people or 100 people. And I think the count was around 300. So I think that was pretty good
Mhm.
for our little area.
Yeah,
So, but I'm open to doing anything charity wise. I think, we do support the food bank with some of our events. And I know that there's such a demand for it. So that could be a good idea. We could have an area for them to drop.
yeah,
Off,
like
and
it's
we
not
can even have a
necessary, it's not
box
like your entry fee,
Yeah.
but we'll be accepting
Spring
donations,
candidate or
just
something.
Yeah.
Non-perishable item.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's just to get back to you with
Some movie names.
some movie names.
Yeah.
Is
Or
there
any other,
anything- Is there anything that you need from us? Help with the,
you ladies came last year and kind of helped
yeah,
marshal people around to parking, and that was good. But the layout kind of just
yeah.
is there, and
Speaks
it's,
for
Mhm.
itself.
yeah, it's not, there's not an awful lot of need for, we don't do a big setup. I mean,
No.
everything is already there.
Yeah.
But I mean, if anybody wants to do anything or has any other ideas or has something that they want to bring to add, I'm cool with that too. I do know that you had mentioned about inflatables, but our liability insurance won't permit
Okay.
inflatables.
Okay, it's just because we had a credit.
Yeah.
But I think the committee decided to have them on Canada Day, just to.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I've tried several different ways, and they have to have their own specific insurance. I
Mhm.
guess there's,
Okay, no, that's good. That's good.
Great.
Good. Yep.
insurance is one of my
Mm.
nemesis.
Yes,
It's the number one nemesis of a lot of
yeah, Yeah.
activities.
Mhm.
Did yours go up like 30%?
Oh, yeah. And one carrier decided to drop. They're not doing fleet insurance anymore.
Yeah, I'm involved with a few organizations that are all looking at different insurance, because everybody's gone up 25 to 30%, like in the
And
last
we
year.
all paid through pandemic when we weren't allowed to be open.
Yeah.
Because when you call and say, is there anything, well, if you drop anything, we're gonna treat you like a new customer, and it's like they should be wearing masks, you know what I mean? Like not, they're robbing us. Anyways, don't put me on insurance.
Any questions?
Thank
or-
you again for doing that.
Yes.
Well, that's an easy one, right?
Yeah,
It runs itself now.
yeah. And then we'll, when we have a movie decided or whatever, then we can create the poster and
Yeah.
we'll start posting.
Yeah, you had a great poster last year. You just will have to change the names of the
Yeah.
movies and yeah, pretty easy peasy, pretty
Mhm.
easy peasy one, really.
Okay.
Great. Then 5.1, report on Easter egg hunt.
Just, Leanne is here. I don't know, she wanted to discuss her soccer. Soccer?
Soccer, I was
Yeah.
hoping for ball hockey, which I was trying to see if I could use the basketball net for that area. I went to try, but it's been pouring rain. So I wasn't sure if is it flat surface or is it broken up a little bit?
It's fairly flat. There's a bit of bubble in it.
There's a big
So it's
bubble.
not like flat, like rollerblade flat, but it's flat ball. hockey.
But if a guy or a kid's in the
Yeah.
ball, it won't break apart and shoot
No.
stone. No, okay. So I was wondering if that would be something I could try to do in the next couple of weeks because of this weather. Been kind of been pushed back a little bit.
Mhm.
I was kind of hoping mid to end of May to do ball hockey for 4 weeks to try it out, see how many kids come out. I was gonna do it for older age groups between 10 to 16. So I don't have to worry about little kids.
So why not do it in the rink?
Because apparently
The equipment's all in.
yeah, the equipment's in there.
Oh,
All the
okay.
skateboarding stuff.
Mhm.
Basketball court's perfect for it.
Yeah, so it's fenced in
Good
area, it's a
size,
safe
fenced
spot.
in.
Yeah,
Ball's not going anywhere.
okay. And then soccer was gonna start at the middle of June. I'm running for a 6-week program. I'm gonna be breaking it up, so it's smaller age groups for 1 hour, and then after that will be the older age groups. I have a little bit of fun left. I think I can get new little nets.
I've spoken with your husband at the Lions Club, and I've asked him to tell you to send me a letter, because
Okay,
we're
so
gonna support it again.
okay, so I'm just looking for like newer equipment, basically. I talked to, sorry, I talked to a couple of people about getting t-shirts made under sponsorship. And then water bottles and things like that. So whoever signs up, I was kind of hoping to do a registration night so where I could maybe just set the basketball court, people come see me. And then we can see how many kids were gonna come and I can designate groups as teams and then be more organized. I was overwhelmed last year. Wasn't expecting that many kids. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. So this year I was thinking more organized. I think being 2 teams or 4 teams depending, and then having spare people, so it'd be like an actual program. I did talk to the township of Corbeil. We have a meeting set at the end of this season to have next year 1 day tournament against their teams with different age groups that I have going on. So it was a little bit short notice this year. They usually have things set up in the fall. So next year will be set up to have 1 day, the final day to be.
Good.
Good to get the other township involved.
Mhm.
What type of funding are you looking for? How much is usually
Funding, I'm really just looking to upgrade things. So like last year I got a new net, so I'm gonna put 1 new net up. I realized the other one's kind of falling apart too, so I'll get another
but
net.
I don't know how much in that is.
I actually just get them off Amazon, so I'm like really frugal.
Well, we sponsored them for
Yeah.
$500 last year.
And I think, I'm not sure how much
There's-
is left.
The 367.
Yeah, so like I'm just looking to get new equipment, again, smaller nets for the smaller kids, so it'd be not the
So
full
once you
field.
send me the letter, I'll be
Okay.
sponsoring $500 again.
Oh, thank you
So-
very much. Yeah, so it's just a matter of just getting new equipment and then really it's just my time and it's just, and I think I talked to you about maybe,
Yeah, we're gonna supply staff member.
yeah,
We have smaller nets. We have small soccer.
Yes,
nets.
I believe we do.
so I'll have to just dig through and see.
Yeah, we can
They were like
go
super
through
big.
it, yeah. Go through
Mhm.
the tractor shed and see what's there, what's available. Like we have a whole bunch of balls and little cones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we can pull all those out and we usually put them in the change rooms.
Okay,
And then you sign out a key and then that way the equipment is all there.
brilliant. My garage was getting full last year.
Yeah, yeah, so no, you put all your equipment in there
Oh, it's
and you
brilliant.
sign out a key and then you just put it away every week when you're done using it and
Brilliant.
so.
Yeah.
But I'll see as far as nets,
So what we have.
Yeah.
I did buy 1 new net, so I'll have to put that up and I want to kind of take it down every year. And then I'll get another net for the other one, because I wasn't sure how that was gonna hold up this winter.
Mhm.
But I think with all this wetness, I think it's gonna deteriorate.
Now, did they get trophies or medallions at the end of their?
No, last year we just got the fire department
Okay.
come out and they just soaked them down at a big
Oh,
water balloon
geez,
fight. I think they had
okay.
over 600, close to 1,000 water balloons that were
Oh,
thrown.
my goodness.
It was a cold day, very, very cold day, but the kids had a blast.
Yeah,
Great. Thank you for doing that again this year.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, just let me know what you need
Yeah,
and we can use up this fund
yeah,
and then move on with Lee's from the case for whatever else you need.
yeah. We'll just see what I can find and whatever.
Hopefully it covers both ball hockey and your
Well, hockey should be
soccer.
pretty simple. So a lot of kids that are going to join will have the equipment. So like the soccer, I'm looking for like kids to have shin pads on, running shoes, helmets, their own hockey gloves, and their own stick. All I would need to do is supply balls and then the hockey nets that I'm assuming should be okay condition after this past year on the ice.
Yeah, they're
Um,
brand
Brand
new.
new.
They're
Yeah,
brand
so
new.
they should still be fine.
Mhm.
And then we can just use those, carry them over and just go.
Okay.
Inexpensive.
Okay.
Both programs are on Wednesdays.
Both programs will be on Wednesdays. I golf Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's opposite to you.
Well, like I haven't planned any of our summer stuff because I was waiting on Ian and she was waiting on weather. But we've been talking back
Yeah.
and forth. We're just trying not to step on each other's toes
Mhm.
and duplicate programs and whatever, right? So
Yeah, so I was just going to do 2 programs and then great reviews on your stuff that you've been doing. Everyone loves them.
Mhm.
I haven't had a chance to. My kids are still into hockey.
Yeah.
Hasn't finished yet.
Okay, let me know what you need.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Okay. And then even if it's on a Saturday, we can meet here and go through. I
Yeah,
can
any
sign out the
afternoons,
key.
I'm home at 6, so anytime.
So after 6 or on a weekend,
Yeah,
depending, we
100%.
can
Or
go
my
through that.
husband's home majority of the time.
Yeah.
So he can always stop by.
Okay, let me know what one is good for you and then we can do
Yeah,
that.
for sure. I'll send you an email. Thanks for emailing me today. I forgot.
right. And then so reports, 5.1, report on Easter egg hunt.
So I asked Renee to just quickly do a quick report on how it went, and the feedback was good and everything. There was one incident that was unfortunate, but somebody slipped and dislocated their shoulder, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it looked like it was a great turnout. The case sponsored.
There was a lot of kids. It was so much fun. Hiding eggs. I was hooped.
Well, we had
Huge.
um,
I said, if they don't pick them up, we might have to go back and pick them up.
We'll get them in the
But
springtime.
they got them all.
I think there was like 900 eggs.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
and they were so
I knew you
excited.
talked
It
about
was
having
so much
600
fun.
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, and then somebody donated
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
another 300, I
Oh.
think.
it was so much fun just
Anyway.
to see the excitement
Of the kids.
on their face. Like, and we had bought in the baskets, but they were
Mhm.
bringing their own baskets.
Yeah. So we
So-
still have the baskets for next year if we
Somebody-
decide to do it again. And
It was done in like 5 minutes.
Oh, it was done. Yeah, it was quick.
They got a lot of energy to run.
Yeah.
Holy
so
moly.
it took you more time to
Yeah,
get
it took
ready.
an hour
than-
to hide those eggs. I was hiding them and the other ones were throwing them. I said, well, that's not hiding them.
Because one of the
Hiding them in
pictures
holes.
here, you can see the eggs are all.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Just to see the smile on their face and so excited. Look how many eggs I got. One kid had his bucket was full and I said, holy geez, how long did that take? He said, didn't take long, right? And
Yeah.
he says, any more buckets? I said, well, you have to wait and see if everybody's done. Then you can, just to give the chance to everybody. He says, okay, sat there, waited.
Yeah, we had 12 gold eggs.
Yeah.
And Mr. D's or Vivette's had donated a slice of pizza, so one whole pizza.
right.
So we just put the little stickers in the gold eggs. So whoever found a gold egg was entitled to a
Yeah.
slice of pizza.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so it's just something special for the kids to find.
Something different to do, right?
Yeah.
Something that hadn't been done.
And the
Mhm.
injury
And the
was an
injury
adult.
Yes.
Was an adult.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yes.
felt so bad. Oh, my goodness. And we had just said, please be careful in this area. It's slippery. Where does he go? Right where it's
He said he
slippery.
went down hard.
Hey,
Yeah.
please, boom.
It took me, I heard about it the next day, but I didn't know who it was. And it took me 3 or 4 days to figure out who it was. As soon as I found out, I phoned him, bugging him.
Yeah.
But
So,
he's okay now.
mhm. So,
All right. Well, great job again by Renee.
yes,
All right, so new business,
none.
unfinished business. So 7.1, Community Day.
We're getting the flyer ready. Everything is set for June 3rd.
Yep.
The library is going to have their book sale as usual. The fire department will decide tonight, probably do the car wash like they did last year. They just don't know what location yet, if they will do it, and they will not step on the case's toes with the hot dogs.
Oh, you know what? It didn't matter. We ran out. And we had lots.
Yeah.
Like it didn't, that didn't even like bother us.
Yeah.
We said, oh, well, they'll have 2 places to go, but we
Yeah.
sold out, so.
So they're not too sure what they're gonna do, but they're gonna be doing something. There's also the opportunity, as we've done in the past, she has the garage sale at the case,
Great.
and we can do vendors market. So anybody who wants to actually bring out their products and sell could set up in the parking lot here. If it's raining, they can set up in the at the rink.
And make it more than just one event.
Yeah, and we started doing that. I'm saying that because we're live and people who are watching us. The case started this
When I
garage
got
sale years ago.
When I got here,
When you got here,
it was to introduce myself to the community, right?
Mhm.
What better way than to gather them for
Yeah.
a garage sale?
and
so-
I think it was the week before, there was the book sale from the library, and a couple of weeks before that, the fire department did something. So you're having like 3 weekends with things going on, and it's like, well, why don't we all do it one weekend? And then you could do it a cleanup, so people who want to clean up and do the dump run. There was good exchange days, so for those who wanted to do so, we had council declare the first Saturday of June as Community Day.
Yeah.
So then everybody can have their garage sales that day. There's a case, the book sale, and you attract the traffic from North Bay and everywhere just for one day instead
Right.
of 3-4 days.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's how, for new council, that's how that started, and we've kept it up ever since.
Mhm.
So hopefully this year we'll fill up the parking lot with
It just gets
bigger and bigger. Mhm.
at the case anyways, but our barbecues, we always have an organization that we fundraise for. We buy the food, and when they purchase it, every penny goes back to the organization that we use. And this year, we're going to help the community center because they need new flooring. They need a few other things that they need to do. So that's where the funds are going to be going to that. But every year we choose a nonprofit organization to donate to, so. And we sell out every year.
Wow.
Mhm.
And then Canada Day.
So Canada Day, basically everything is set.
I will have the money machine.
Oh, you will have the money machine?
Yes,
Okay.
I will have the money machine. It's fake money, people.
No broadcasting.
It's going to be, there's going to be prizes, the one that collected the most, and then, so there's going to be prizes to give after, so, yeah.
And what time are we doing that at?
I thought we were going to do it at around 6.
Okay.
Around that time, I
Okay.
think.
Because there's nothing else planned around that time, so that would be a good time. The Lions are doing the duck race. The food bank is doing the canteen. Christoph is at 3:30, I believe. Reptile Adventure Camp is 1 to 5. 1 to
Where we
5,
want.
I think. Axe throwing is 1 to 5 or 1 to 4. I'll have to confirm the times. Linda and JR Overton are almost, they've almost finalized their, not agenda, but playlist, I guess. From 1 to 9:30. So they recruit their bands and everything. They look after all that. So that's one less thing. We have the inflatables, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. The caboose is going to be open. The only thing, we have no one to do the children's game. That's the only thing that we do not have. The Lions looked after it in the past, but this year they're just going to open up the caboose. So if we plan on having children's games, we'll have to find somebody that would do them. So it's the only thing. Oh, the horseshoe tournament,
Yeah.
that's on as well.
Mhm. And Margot at our last Lions meeting, she has everything upstairs for the kids' games. If any organization wants to take it over, we have it all.
Okay, and they have prizes too, she said,
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
could donate. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing that we're missing is children's game. So
Someone to organize it, right?
we'll see if we can find some volunteers, high school students or something that would be wanting to do this. But everything else is ready.
And trade show?
Trade show, we started advertising it. I've received 3 or 4.
Sorry. I didn't put my phone on.
I've received 3 or 4 registrations already. Some are from North Bay that do service here. So what I've explained to them is submit your registration, and after August 31st or whatever, we will go through them and see and decide if we'll allow them or not,
Based on how many?
based on how many we receive locally.
I don't remember, but have we sent something in the mail
No,
at large?
no, not yet.
I
Okay,
was gonna say, when is that?
okay,
October 15th
okay.
is the trade show.
'Cause I've talked to a lot of people, who say, oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Mhm. I'm
watch-
working on a
watching
flyer. I was just waiting for some of the events to be
Yeah.
confirmed before I start
And where is it gonna be at?
at the Bonfield Community Center from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've rented and committed to the upstairs already,
Yes.
but we can also get downstairs as well,
Yes.
like they do for the craft show.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to confirm whether we wanted both or not. I thought we wanted both, just to make sure that we
Yeah.
had extra space.
I
Mhm.
would
They may have
agree.
some space outside too.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's nice outside, we can set up different booths outside as well.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the response we get.
Yeah.
So.
So all we need to do for that one is a flyer, I guess. Is there a spot on our
send our
website for
It's
people to
our-
download the registration form?
Yeah, everything's already on the website. I have some flyers prepared, so anybody coming in
Awesome.
here or
People
next
in.
door, they can pick them up, but it's just to,
Can I have some to bring to? the
Sure.
kids?
and when I'm hopefully my newsletter will be out within the next 2 weeks. So instead of putting it, I'll put it as a pull out. So for those who want to register, they'll have it with them.
Okay. All right, 7.2, terms of reference.
My suggestion would be to defer that to a next meeting when we have more members,
People.
same as
Yeah,
the municipal alcohol policy. Council has approved 4 separate meeting dates. What I'm working on right now is members of the public, so I'm going to be working on a letter. OPP, health unit, fire department, members of the public, local clubs. to sit on the committee and review that. So I just have to finalize the letter and send it out.
So we're gonna defer both of those.
Yes.
And then 7.4 summer camp.
So summer camp is August 14th to the 18th. And I've been working on the budget to see what kind of fees we would have to charge this year. Prices went up, and to do everything, I'm not sure we could stick to the same prices we had last year. Another option is sending a letter to local clubs to see if we could get a donation. And that may be, we may be able to bring the costs down a little bit. We're able to take 48 campers this year. And if we left the cost the same at 125, that would bring us to 6,000. And in our budget, we've put $2,000 to cover honorariums, people, we have not displays, but like Chris Marceau came to do, was it
Like a demo.
like demonstrations?
and stuff like that,
So
yeah.
they usually invite people to come out and do demonstrations and things for the kids, and we offer a small honorarium to our volunteers. And last year, with the crafts and supplies and t-shirts, it was just over 11,000. So I figure if we
1,100.
oh sorry, yes, 1,100.
Oh,
1,100. 1,100. So if we charged $125 for everyone and not offer
different prices.
different prices, like if you have more than one child, if we left it the same, that would bring us in 6,000, and then we have in our own budget $2,000, so we should be good. If we want to offer the same discounts as we did last year, maybe if we receive funding, or not funding, but donations from local clubs and businesses, then that would free us up to give that discount again.
So what happens with families that can't afford it? Because we had that before. That was one of the main things, that if we have families that can't afford it, how do we do it? How do we?
We've always taken them. How many
Yeah.
kids did we take last year for 0? 1. And then we didn't run it because of the pandemic. And then the second year that we ran it, I think there was only 2 or 3 as well.
Mhm.
So we still have it that people can contact us and we'll figure it out. Like, we don't have a policy in place. We don't have a set. Prove your
I
income
just
or
don't
anything
want,
like that,
I
you
just
know?
don't want families that can't afford it not be able to benefit from this.
Right.
Because that was the goal in the beginning.
Right.
Was to be able to help families that
Mhm.
Right,
couldn't afford it, but
like if they contact the office and, I'm sure there's people that would pick up that tab.
Yeah.
We know like the number,
Mhm.
if many people pick up the tab for some, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
So I
But
mean,
we-
it's
we-
discreetly done with you guys
So-
and then,
Yeah, they usually contact me directly, and we keep it discreet.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you just said, there's this many kids that'd like to come, and then it'll work itself out.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we've never turned.
Now-
anybody
No,
down.
never
what-
turned.
what's the number that we're looking for help? You're saying
offer
if
discounts, like you were
organize
talking
it,
about.
yeah, if you're going to send a letter to organizations, what's the goal amount that we need to reach?
We need to reach $8,000. So if we charged $125 per camper, that's the $6,000. And then our own budget is $2,000, and that would cover basically the same cost as we've
What did
done.
we charge last year?
Well, last year we were charging, I think it was 125 for non-residents. And then if you were a resident, it was a little bit cheaper. And then if you had more kids, then the price went down to $75. But and what we had last year, we only brought in 4,200.
We also haven't fundraised for.
No, that's
This
the other
year.
thing. Last year we had a bit of
since
money left
before
over.
the
Yeah,
pandemic. So the New Year's event that we ran 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
2019.
whatever, that funded this. And we really requested any money because we had money in our account that we're
Yeah.
carrying over.
yeah. So we need to build that fund back up again so that we're able to provide at a lower cost, which is what we've always wanted to do. So I sent out a formal request to the local clubs and see if they could help out. And then,
Don't forget the local businesses.
no,
too.
I'm doing, that's my next one, yeah. I did the clubs, and then I'm going to do the businesses this week.
Do we know the numbers of like how many residents to non-residents, like what that spacing was, like 125 compared to?
Last year, because we couldn't see in 20, yeah, you know, you're laughing,
I also took 64 kids or something.
70?
Okay, whatever, right?
70.
The cutoff was 48. Andre went on holidays and I just took everybody.
He did.
So the budget, like, but I mean, they paid and whatever, so like the budget's not accurate based on 40.
Well,
I
no,
was
this
just
was in
kinda wondering.
2020 or 2021. Last year, we limited to, I think was 48, but we gave preference to Bonfield first. So most of those were from Bonfield, and then whatever was left, we allowed.
And I think that's so much
Yes,
fair.
and we're gonna do that again this year because it is for Bonfield, so,
Right.
you know, we don't, and it's first come, first serve. So as soon as we say, okay, we're accepting applications, they just all come in and we number them. And then when we reach 48,
That's it.
that's it.
We cut it off at 48 last year, but I think we still took a few more. I think we were
Maybe,
56 in the end.
maybe.
Wasn't as many as the year before,
No.
but we didn't have as many
That's right.
requested as. the year
And
before either.
yeah, we need volunteers. And last year we had a hard time finding volunteers.
Well, last year I had a hard time finding staff.
Yes,
This year, my staffing is set, at least for this year.
yeah.
So like as of this time last year, I didn't even have staff yet.
Mhm.
So every meeting I was like, well, hopefully it works, but
Yeah, so a lot of it is dependent on how many extra volunteers we can get.
Is that why the number 48? Listen,
just to
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah,
And this year I'm not here on the Friday. So I'm only Monday to Thursday,
okay.
but I'll have enough people around.
So we can make sure that we have older staff on that day to help out.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll send out letters and see what we can get. And based on what we receive, then we can go back to the same format we had last year.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's confirmed, August 14th,
August 14th.
because I've already received phone calls, so.
I've been sending people to you.
Yeah.
People are inviting me, so. I'm
Yeah.
to you. All
Okay.
right, so correspondence
None,
and information.
none,
All right, so our next meeting is June 5th
yes,
at 7.
7.
o'clock. Are we at the point now that maybe we should start inviting the groups and clubs and stuff as well?
yes,
Yeah.
that's the next letter I'm working on is to invite the clubs, come back and join us like we did before, so that we can all work together moving forward with different
Mhm.
events and things like that.
So then homework is still just our terms of reference and
Yeah.
having, as an individual, go through the alcohol policy to make some notes for yourself so that when we start getting into reviewing that, we're a little bit more prepared.
Yes,
Do we want to set a meeting for the alcohol policy?
I want to wait and see who
For
I
the
get.
Other people, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't want to start,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything else?
None for me.
Perfect. So moved by Dan, seconded by Elise, that the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting be adjourned at 7:40 PM. All in favor?
There we go.